Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Exercise and brevity.
Mr. Speaker, first is information to the members. As the members are aware, we are in court on the NGCDF matter.
Yes.
And it's currently before the Court of Appeal. And just next week, on 6th of March, we are appearing for directions. As we had indicated to the members, the court, we are fast-tracking the hearing. But that notwithstanding, it does not give anyone any authority to reduce anything. But the beauty with it, ultimately, members, is that we are the ones with the power. The executive can only make proposals. So it is within us to change what we need to change. And I agree with the ruling with the Speaker earlier that we must proceed as a matter of necessity. Secondly, on the RMLF matter, it is very interesting, Mr. Speaker, that the very people who are with us in court, who challenge the NGCDF matter every day, who litigate up to the Supreme Court and come back and restart again, have never found it necessary to challenge any of the exercise of authority by the counties, including the bursaries. Strictly speaking, the county governors are supposed to deal with ECD and TVCs. Now, TVCs, you end up with students coming to the members of parliament to support them, even the institutions themselves. One would have thought that the governors would actually concentrate on the areas of their jurisdiction before they spill over. But many of us have usually not complained because in most of our constituencies, students are needy. So that even with all that, you still find other students who don't get it. But when then the same governors want to encroach into our area, then it calls for us to demonstrate that our power is not just latent, it is potent. And in that respect, Mr. Speaker, I think that as we go along, and we don't have to wait for your direction on this, we as members will be taking on these governors on many of these things, in court and outside court, in matters we filed and those ones filed by others, so that we can get what we call an equilibrium of power. So that people understand that actually this is where the power lies. It does not lie in courts, it does not lie in the executive, it lies here. Courts can interpret the law anytime, and they can interpret our actions anytime. But ultimately, they cannot stop us from making legislation however we want. Courts cannot stop us from exercising our powers in terms of the budget however we want. Let's send a caution to the governors that what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Thank you.
They won't understand that English.
Thank you, Honorable Otiende Amollo, for order. Thank you, Otiende Amollo, for finally agreeing with the Speaker that power lies here and not elsewhere. Kainan?
Mr. Speaker, allow me to join this debate.